Welcome back. My name is Sarah Sagat. Welcome to SS Training Club. Today we are going to be working on another tutorial, and this time it's the single leg RDL. So if you've been following me and you see SLRDL, that stands for single leg RDL. What does RDL stand for? Of course, that is a Romanian deadlift. So we have a tutorial about doing it with 2 dumbbells. We have a tutorial about doing it with a kettlebell. But what is a single leg RDL? Well, we are actually going to be using only one leg. Now, there is a progression to this, so don't worry. I don't expect you to be doing it with a one leg just like that. We're going to progress. All right. So as always, we're going to start without any weights at all. We're going to be working on the mechanics simply using our bodies. So I am stronger on my right side than my left. So I actually want to use my left leg first. So think about what side needs a little more attention. That's the side that you want to work first in any of your unilateral work. There's another word for the word bang. Unilateral, it just means that you're using one side at a time as opposed to using both. So my left leg is going to be underneath my hips. I'm not going to lift my right leg up just yet. I'm just going to kickstand it. You can do this workout in the kickstand position the entire time. There's no need to lift your leg any higher than this. That is not what I'm worried about. I'm worried more about the mechanics and you mastering that, which I know you will. All right, just like with our RDL, you're sending glutes back to that imaginary wall, except all of your body weight will now be resting on one leg. So it will require some balance, as you can tell, but it will also require some additional strength needed from this left leg. All right, so we're going to hinge at the hips and we're going to send our glutes down and back. Now, I like to put my hand here just as a marker so I feel that hip crease, okay? So I know that I'm bending at my hips as opposed to bending from my knees. And with this right leg, I'm going to try and just get to mid-shin. Now, you see, I'm already cheating. I didn't keep that kickstand, did I? So I'm going to extend, and then about mid-shin, I'm going to come back up. Let's do a few on this side before we grab a weight. So very similar to the movement pattern that we were doing with the RDL, except now one leg is really bearing the brunt of your body weight. Because you have a kickstand, I would say you have 10 to 50% of your body weight resting on that foot. Okay, now we're going to grab a dumbbell. The dumbbell is going to be on the side of the kickstand. So because we're sticking with the right for right now, my right hand is going to have the dumbbell. My left foot is still going to be solid in the floor, and you really want to think about corkscrewing that foot into the floor. It's really solid, it's planted in the floor. I'm going to take a deep breath. I like to put my hand here, like I said, so it just gives me an additional cue of bending at the hips and sending my glutes down first. I'm still going to glide down my quads with this dumbbell until I get to about mid-shin. My gaze is towards the floor. That makes my neck neutral and my back flat. And I'm going to push my weight into this heel and drive back up. All right, let's do this a few times together. So glutes back, glide down, push, push up. Good. Slow on the way down. There's no rush. Good. Come back up. Excellent. Let's do a couple more, and then we'll switch over to the other side. And what I want you to pay attention to, good, you can rest. What I want you to pay attention to is how it feels now on the other side. So like I said, my left needs a little more attention than my right. So chances are this is going to feel a little bit easier now that my strong leg is doing more of the work. So I'm going to kickstand, okay? And again, the dumbbell is on the side where you have the kickstand. We're going to glide down, mid-shin, push up. Good, let's do 4 more. 1, good, 2, 3, one last one coming up, 4. All right, excellent. So if that's where you are today, that's where you're going to be for the next few weeks. sweeps. I applaud you for even trying that. But if you feel now that you can progress, you feel really confident in that lift, we're gonna lift that leg up. All right, so what does that look like? This requires a bit more balance, but it is totally doable. And again, practice with body weight before you get to weights. You wanna make sure that you have those mechanics nice and solid before you move on to weights. I don't really care how high that back leg goes up. Controversial topic, I know, but I really don't think that that matters. What matters more is the hip hinge. Now, as you can see, my back leg is now off of the ground and I'm still performing that single leg RDL. I don't want to see any legs up here, not necessary. Straight out, flex the foot to make sure that your hip is turned in as opposed to open. We don't want that. So your toes are going to be pointed to the floor, foot is flexed, come back up. Now, I recommend doing the kickstand in between reps regardless of how advanced you are. Here's why. If I want to string a few reps together, okay, coming in, coming in, coming in, my foot is already really challenged. In order to have a really good lift every single time, I want to reset. Reset, reset. There's no shame in that game. I think it's really doable. I think it's manageable. I think it's gonna make you a great athlete. So let's pick up some dumbbells now that you feel comfortable with that. Again, my left leg is going to work first. So I'm going to start in a kickstand position. And as I hip hinge, I'm also now going to lift my back leg. The way that I describe this, do you remember, like, I don't know, it was a plastic bird on like a little pool of water and it would go in to dip and it was like a perfect little lever? That's what I want your single RDLs to look like, but not that fast. You don't have to go that fast. So essentially everything is moving at the same time. As I'm lowering, I'm coming back up. Good, that's your kickstand, you're resetting. Graze, 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 come back up. Excellent, good. There we go. We're gonna do that on the other side as well. So get solid, and now your opposite leg, for me that is the right. We're gonna start with the kickstand, and as we hinge at the hips, send those glutes to the imaginary wall behind us. You're going to graze that dumbbell. That quad is going to disappear in the air. See, I lost my balance. That totally happens, which is ironic because I'm on my stronger leg, but anyway. So you just reset and you come back up. Good. So graze, come back up. Let's do this a couple more times. Good, one more. There you have it. I hope that you feel a little bit more confident with your single leg already.